We'll get started soon. Hello, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to my stream. For those who haven't been here before, my name is Mikaela Caron, and I have to monitor my stream constantly, so I do that probably before like every stream. How's it going? Hoping you have a good morning, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. And so today we are going to be working on an open source app. So this is an app that I created for Hacktoberfest. So that is an open source like hackathon / project sort of thing that happens for an entire month of October. Hey Prathamish, how are you doing? Did I pronounce that right? You were here last time. I can't remember. I asked you last time too, and I already forgot in a week. Okay, getting everything, make sure it's all running. Looks like we are good. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today is last stream it's close enough. Well, if you want me to pronounce it correctly, let me know how to pronounce it. Otherwise, that's just what it'll be. Let me know. But yeah, so what we're doing today is working on the Hacktoberfest project that I set up a lot of last week. Let me see. I'm going to try to open this in a different window. And I will show it on screen eventually once I open it. Okay, so yeah, it's last time what we did was, oh my gosh, what is happening? It's fine, don't worry about it. Okay. Well, I want to pronounce it correctly if I can, but let me know. Hey Thomas, you have a meeting in 20 minutes, just passing by. Well, thank you for dropping by. Probably not going to see too much, just at the beginning. And then, hello, how do you pronounce your name? I don't want to butcher it. I'm very bad. French pronunciation is closer to Toma. Oh, okay. Interesting. I just am bad at pronouncing names because it's one of those, like, It's very difficult when you just have no idea how to pronounce something. Hey Zom, how you doing? Welcome. So yeah, we are going to get started with the Hacktoberfest project that I started last time. It is an app that's fully in SwifUI. Last week, all I did was really set up the project. So I was like setting up the repo, making a README, that kind of stuff. Hey Danny, happy Friday. And yeah, so this time I am going to do some of the development work for it. So my goal is to make a very, very, very minimal MVP and submit it to the App Store for like day one of iOS 17, because it's going to be an iOS 17 like minimum app. So by the time people actually start contributing to it in October, so like October like 1st to 31st basically is Hacktoberfest, then it will be like a lot easier, I think, for people to contribute to the app when there's already kind of a base for the app. Hello, you're starting a new car like Android development. When I start thinking I'm too late, I leave. Then you start and then you leave. What do you mean? Yeah, let me know what you mean. I'm kind of confused. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. So I will switch over. Let me know. You should be able to hear me significantly above the music. If you can't, let me know. So this is the project, and basically, this is what I set up last time during the stream, was all of like the details of the repo. So we were doing stuff like README, we weren't actually coding anything. So we have a macOS app, all the different tags. I tried to put as many as I could think of that would be relevant. This app will then end up using Firestore. And then here we have this basic car maintenance. Everything is getting started. I'm moving everything around. So you should read the code of conduct first, then contributing and go through everything. Create an issue, or not really create, but find an issue to work on and then comment on it. And then this will show the contributors. I had a friend, Jay, try to make a commit because I want to see something specific, like squashing commits and everything. So I had them do that for me. And then you have this little star history, which, okay, there's two headings right here. So this star history is showing how many people have starred the project. So we got first couple stars like during my last stream, I believe. Yeah, this shows like the whole week. So we can see over time how many people star the project. And I think that's kind of fun. But here we go. So we have that. And then, is the README in here? Is it in the Xcode project? Do we need to add it? I think we do. So we have the README here, but it doesn't show up in our Xcode project. Can we drag it in, or will that like freak it out? Jared, BRB, you're making coffee. Always a good way to start the day. I actually like totally forgot. I was like awake early this morning, and then I was on my phone, and then I had an alarm go off at like 9:15 that was like, hey, you're streaming in 15 minutes. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to prepare for that. Okay, create folder references. Okay, that does change the Xcode project, but then it's so you can kind of see the README. We don't need that. Okay, it's gone. Let's open VS Code to quickly change this from, there's two headings that say star history. Oh, gotta open it. Okay, where is the star history? Oh yeah, I just wrote it twice. So if we have it be a 3 headline, we could do a 2. Let's just do H2. Yeah. Okay, so push that and we refresh and there we go. Now there's only one of them. And then because I am the maintainer of this project and it's my project and everything, I am definitely just gonna commit to main for right now. But later, when everybody actually contributes to it for Hacktoberfest, I'm gonna actually have more than one branch too. Like right now we just have main, then we're gonna have like a dev branch, and main will be like what's on the App Store at this time. Actually, I should probably make a branch for this stream. I'm gonna do that. Git branch MVP. There we go. So, is it Saeed? Is that how you pronounce your name? Let me know. I try to pronounce people's name correctly if I can. Or if you let me know how. You say when you start development, you think you're too late to master it, so then you end up leaving. Honestly, nobody masters development because it's constantly changing. Like, everybody's trying to make a Vision OS app right now, but nobody has ever made one before because it's brand new and Apple just came out with it. So there's no point in trying to master anything because nobody will ever master anything. You can be good at it, for sure, but nobody will be an expert in anything, development-wise, because it constantly changes. So don't worry about that and just do it, honestly. So for this app, when you can't tell, it is basic car maintenance. So what that means is it's basically an app to kind of just track all of your car maintenance kind of stuff, like when you got an oil change, when you, I don't know, get your tires rotated, stuff like that. Maybe we'll do like when you fill gas and do like an expense tracker part of it, but right now it's just like tracking a maintenance event, sort of. And with that though, it's very simple. So my goal, I have it on the side here, I'm not gonna show it on screen, I thought about it, but it's very messy, is I need to only make 3 things. So we only have right here, if we open the iOS app, there's just this dashboard and then settings. Settings says like, thanks for using this app and it's open source, anyone can contribute to it. And then here's a GitHub repo and showing like what version it is. Very, very, very basic. And then, so we have settings, we need somebody to add a car, because you have to have a car to track, and then eventually we'll end up tracking multiple cars. But for right now, we'll just do one. For the MVP, maybe I'll add a second as part of it, but for this like stream, I'm only gonna do one. And then we want to have a dashboard that'll just show logs of everything, an adding screen, and that's pretty much it. Let me move. I have an iPhone stand that I'm setting my iPad on so that I can like see what thing I'm making. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's just start developing and making. So I made this add screen. It doesn't do anything. It just says the word add, and then this dashboard, and yeah, that's basically it. It's going to be very basic, and that's kind of the point, is that with this project, it'll be super basic to start, and then it means that, like, when people start contributing and I create a bunch of different issues, it's a lot easier to kind of get started, rather than when it just says hello world. It's kind of like you don't really know what to do with it after that. So let's do... We need to add a car. Where do we want to do that? So we have dashboard, settings view. Let's expand this. Oh, and you will see, kind of, because I know it's small, but I can't make it bigger, unfortunately, is that there is this localizable strings file, XC strings. So this is new in iOS 17, so this will make it super simple for somebody to add any kind of localization. You'll literally click the plus button here and just like click on which translation you want to add. And then all the keys and everything will just fill in, and that will be amazing. And I'm super excited. That was one of the big contributions that happened in the last project that I had. We had it localized in like 5 different languages, and that was awesome. Toma, Xcode 15, yes, best feature. It is so, so nice, and it's really cool. If we just like type one thing here and then build the project, it automatically just adds something to the strings file. It is so cool. And it's backwards compatible to any SDK. Oh, that's really cool. I did not know that. I just like looked at this because I saw it in something, I want to say. I forget what it was. But I was like, I know I wanted to do localization as like one of the issues people can do is just add any kind of localization. And that this was definitely on that list. So let's do add maintenance. Okay, so we have this plus. No, this dashboard, add maintenance. Okay, this is this view that just says add right now. All we want to add is a maintenance event, which will have a title, a date, and then notes. So let's make this into a form. And I do want to use the new observable macro, but I kind of don't know how yet. So I think I'm just going to use state variables and then, which I believe state still exists. But I can't remember what else has changed. But so I do want to use those state variables and all the macros and stuff. I think that'll be fun. But because I don't know how, we're just going to stick to regular ones at the moment. Text field. Let's see, what does prompt mean again? Is that what shows up as creates a text field with text label generated from a localized string title? Okay, so that will be title. Prompt, a prompt represents the prompt, the text field which provides users with guidance. Okay, so title of the maintenance event. So the prompt, I think, is going to be, that's what's filled in the text box. Let's see. Observable is to replace observable object, from my understanding. I believe that's right, too. If you deal with structures, state and binding is still the way. Okay, cool. I will eventually do some more observable objects and make, like, for this project, like, I'm gonna end up doing view models, which view models are still, they kind of get very, do more things than what just, like, is only a view model. Because people add a bunch of stuff in there that probably shouldn't be. But I am gonna just do that because it's the easiest for most people to actually get started, rather than like, if this whole project was like TCA or something, that's a really high barrier to entry and it's really hard when you're brand new at something. Hey AJ, yes, I recognize you. We used to both be on Martin Lazek's streams all the time. Like a long time ago, like actually a couple of years ago. How do I put that label on? What is it? Label on text field SwifUI. Do we just put text above it? I can't remember. Okay, this says labeled content. Is that the same thing? Maybe, we'll see. Yes, observable doesn't work well with view models. You even made a post about it on the Swift forums. Oh, interesting. How are you? Doing good? Yeah, it's been fun. I'm building a Hacktoberfest project, so this will be open source, so anybody can contribute to this in October. And then, Prathamesh, yes, observable doesn't work well with view models. That's interesting. Because, like, everybody's writing everything in observable object right now as, like, a view model. So I'm wondering what the recommended way is to do that, then. I still haven't watched that dub session. I need to go back and do that. So if we set the title here, what does this look like? I could open the preview. Might do that. Okay, that is, like, not what I'm going for. I'm going, like... I don't want to do a section heading, but I might. It's kind of weird, though. Let's run the preview. You just got free from work. You're ready to enjoy a Friday evening. That sounds great. Thank you for starting your Friday evening off with me. You can't observe changes to properties within the observable object itself. That's interesting. Hey Mehmet, how's it going? Okay, how do I make this say like title and then the text field? Here, let's just look up SwifUI form. And then I'll drop my link to this. If anybody would like, if you're enjoying the stream, you can buy me a coffee. If you buy me a coffee while we're on stream, it'll show up on the stream thing, which I think's fun. Tama, okay, it is section header. I couldn't remember if it was. Let's see. Section, we have content and header. So content will be this. Okay. Okay, it is that. I wasn't sure. I was thinking there was like, it looked different. There's a different way to do this, but maybe I'm just not thinking of this correctly. Why is the header below the constructor? That's a good question. I don't know. But that is what they did. They put the content first and then they put the header as the second parameter, which is kind of weird, but guess that's what it's going to be. Okay, so yeah, these are a bunch of different sections. Picker. We may eventually do a picker. We will not for this. But this will only have a couple fields. So it will actually have this one. And also, if we build the project, we should see our localized strings file change, which is amazing. And now it says title of the maintenance event. So that is what will be read there. Once it loads back. Yeah, title of the maintenance event. Should this say, actually this. We'll do that. And then the form will have a navigation title on it. Oh my goodness, typed too many words. The word maintenance is so long, oh my gosh. But like, I don't know a different word for this. We make this inline. There we go. It's not as weird. Let's throw this in a nav. Is it in a navigation stack already? It is. Oh, but... Okay, so yeah, we don't need that. What are you working on? And more importantly, I like the Xcode theme. How did you get it? Yes, so I'm working on an app called it's just called Basic Car Maintenance. It's only just for tracking maintenance events, and this will be for Hacktoberfest. So Hacktoberfest is an open source, oh, I don't know why I closed that. It's an open source event, so like anybody can contribute to this project once it's October. So if you are interested in it, you can, let me grab the link to it. Actually, I have it and I forgot to paste it in chat. Here is the link to this repo, so you can start it right now and literally start contributing to it in October. So I already like opened it so people can see it, but nobody can contribute to it just yet. You could try, I mean, but it's not going to be accepted. And then, yeah, so it's just making a super MVP. I'm going to try to make 3 screens. We'll see how that goes, and hopefully have something at the end. And the Xcode theme I am using is by John Sundell. So if you type in John Sundell Xcode theme, this is the same theme that people will see if you go to Swift by Sundell. Man, my internet's slow. Hopefully that's not slow on stream. So like this, if you ever go to Swift by Sundell and see like his code, this is the same theme. I just changed the font. So I will drop that in the chat as well. Stream is a bit laggy. Oh no. Is it the whole thing? Like the video is also laggy and the audio is fine? Or is it the entire thing? You found a fix for making observable objects. Observable types work with published properties, but it's messy and requires expanding observed macro. That's a thing. Oh, just the video. That's so annoying. I'm so sorry. I would run a speed test, but I remember reading a bunch of things and they're like, don't run speed tests while you're streaming. Okay, stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Yeah, how do I fix it? Oh no. Please hold. Okay, is anything any better? It does not look better. It looks also bad. Have I got the chance to try the Vision Pro? I have not physically tried it myself, but I have used the simulator. Good. Oh, please hold. If anyone's still online, let me see if it's even up. Oh no. Hello from work. Hey Kevin, how's it going? We are experiencing streaming issues because my Wi-Fi sucks. Oh yeah, it looks like completely paused. Oh wow, it is just the video. I'll maybe just keep going. Let's see if it gets better in a couple minutes or so. Let me change one thing. Hopefully this doesn't break everything, because I never change these values. Okay, lowered the bitrate. I don't remember what that does. I looked this up forever ago when I set that. So maybe it will be better. Okay, I heard one person, it's better now. And according to YouTube, there's actually a lot of viewers here, so thanks for joining and getting through this, because one day I'll have good internet. This internet was really good when I first got it, but it's been struggle busing lately, and it's really annoying. Okay, we will... Let me keep it up and see if it fixes. It just says good now. So maybe. Concerning. We'll just keep going. Here's what we're gonna have to do. We're just gonna have to develop really quickly, is what's gonna happen. But yes, eventually I should definitely hardwire it to our internet, but actually, in reality, I use one of those like home 5G boxes, so like, it's not even hardwired itself. It's still technically wireless, which might be the issue, but we don't have fiber in this area, so unfortunately this is what we have for most of this, which will just never be good. Probably ever good enough for streaming, but here we go. Let's make a date picker. Title of the maintenance event, so this will be... Okay, let's, instead of title of the maintenance event, can we just do title? If that just says title, the prompt is title of the event, so it's not as long. And this says add maintenance event. Or actually, this will just say title. And this would say title of the event. "5G box crash, probably, honestly. It's really bad. Did it just end? Is that even possible? Or, I mean, it's definitely possible. It just ended, then you had to reselect to come back. Oh my goodness. It ended, refresh the page, and it was still going. That happens in general. Sometimes you end up, like, viewers have to drop off and then they can come back. I know that's a thing that does happen. Okay, mine says home. Still playing. Am I still seeing myself? I can't tell. Okay, on my own, it looks like it's up, but also, like, that's the other thing. It's like, I can't technically, or I can, but it's like watching my own stream on a different device still uses my own Wi-Fi anyways. Okay, so for those who are here, thank you for being here through all of these millions of issues. For those who want to dip, that is totally fine. Let's see, what's something else I can fix? Streaming. It's live at the moment, right? Not replay. This should be live right now. It is 10 a.m. Eastern. I don't know what time it is for everybody else. Hopefully it's... I'm looking at all the different settings I can change, but I like never change these. I set them up once and I have like not looked back at most of them ever again. Let's see. Okay, I tried to change the bitrate slightly lower too, so hopefully maybe that'll do something. It's funny, when you said my stream crashed, it was like right when it said it was healthy on YouTube, so who's right? Probably not YouTube. We'll see. Oh well. We will just keep going at the moment and maybe it'll fix itself eventually. Let's see, selection, we need a date. Oh, there we go. Date. We don't need time, because I do not care about time. We only want the date. Is that compact? No. What is a date without? I know wheel will make it this. Yeah. Somebody, that's funny, that's very explicit. They're like, I want the date picker, but not the time. Okay, date picker mode. That is, I think UI kit. So UI date picker view. There's a displayed components. Okay, get rid of the wheel because I don't want the wheel. There we go. Date. Okay. Yeah, see, so this maybe I don't need the... Yeah, we'll just do that. Seems right, pretty dope to configure, so easy. Yeah, it is nice once you know how to do it. I just like forget half the time how to configure the date picker. But it's not too bad, which is good. And then the last thing is notes. Okay, we'll write IDITF, additional notes. And then this state private var notes is equal to that. There we go. We have built the screen. So now we need to make the toolbar with a button. So toolbar item. So then the button is, this is the action. We'll do the action later. So if we run this now, click the plus, it says add maintenance event, so we can type something and then select a date, click add, and nothing happens because we haven't done anything. Hey Animal, how's it going? Hopefully, let me know how the stream's going for you, because we were having a lot of lagging issues earlier, so that was a thing. It still very much just says good, which is not amazing. Yeah, the stream is a lower bitrate. Oh gosh. So far it's smooth. Okay, good. I don't know if I want to try to increase the bitrate again, if that'll like freak out, because it says it doesn't like it being this low. Didn't catch a glitch yet. It will happen probably soon. Eventually. Okay. So we did this. Okay, I wanted to make the text field though. Text field multi-line text field. There we go. They did UI view representable. Okay, I'm not doing that. I think we just need to add one thing. Axis vertical, okay. Is a multi... Okay, yeah, that gets longer as we type, so that'll be good. Okay, let's go ahead and commit this. Ooh. Oh yeah, git push -u origin VP, because I forgot I made a new branch for this. So we have an add button. We need to also did my audio even? Or is that just the music itself? I think just did its own thing. Is it localized at the moment? It will be localized into different languages, but right now it's just English because I don't know any other languages. So here is the localizable strings file basically, and this is new in iOS 17. And so when somebody wants to add a new language, all they have to do is click this plus button here, or yeah, probably down here. Literally pick whichever language you want to localize it to. And I'm guessing it creates a new one of these with the specific language, and you just fill in what the translation is. I wish they also generated localized keys like how you do assets with Nuke. They do generate localized keys. Or I don't know if they do localized keys, but they have this key and then you would fill in what the translation is. And this key is automatically created from all the text. Putting chapstick on. Okay, we need to display something, and to do that, we need to make an object. So let's make a new group called models. This will be a Swift file, and this will be maintenance event. I really don't like the word maintenance. It's so long, but oh well. And this, I think we're gonna make it codable. I'm not sure if it'll stay codable. Or probably will, but we will have a title that's a string, let date is a date, and let notes is a string. So super simple. And then when we go on the dashboard, we will have state private var events. That is an array. An array of events. So also, we are not even doing, what is it called, the backend or anything just yet. I will probably do that off stream and then put it in to get in everything, because I'm going to use Firebase and I haven't decided what that exactly is going to look like. But then also I need to do authentication and everything with Firebase, and it'll just take a hot minute to get all of that together. Okay, so we just have text. Let's now make a list of everything. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, everything was shifted over. And then let's say dot on up here is events.append. Let's say oil change. This happened on, let's just say today. Oil change by me. So then this will be for each. Event n, and we need to probably conform this, yeah, to identifiable. Or let's make the string a UUID. And I think we have to let's conform it to hashable anyways. I don't know if we actually need to. And then for this, what did I want this to look like? I think it was gonna be super basic. It was gonna just be, do I want to make a background? Let's do inset grouped, just picking a random one, and then let's also give this a navigation title, text, dashboard, and then we will see a list of okay, I can't remember what the default date. Oh my gosh, the default date is like the full-on date read out. Ooh, there's a new date formatter, right? Date formatter. Swift. There's like some new way to do dates. What is that? Date format style, is this it? It's iOS 15. So it's not new, but I think it is still pretty new. Okay, formatted date style. Numeric? What's numeric? Time omitted. That works. What else is there actually? Numeric, what else? Abbreviated? Yeah, that's the one I want to use. Keep moving the microphone. Okay, so Why is there a line between these things? Oh, because this needs to be in a V-stack, that's why. I was like, what is happening? It's like, I've done this before, I swear. Okay, so if we have that, let's copy this. There you go, that's what it'll look like. First version will just be, here's a list of everything. Click the plus, now we can add something. Ooh, is that new? Look at that, that's super, you can barely see it on stream probably. It's like going in the background and they're like changing the opacity or something, it's weird. That's not opacity, that's like adding black on top of it with like an opacity of 1. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's run it though and see. Not new. Yeah, apparently it's not new, because it's like 2 years old now. I thought it was new. I haven't used it much. Okay, so yeah, we have title of it. Da-da-da-da-da. That does that, and then this is what it will look like. I'm looking at my notes if I wanted to put anything else. I think that was like all I really wanted. Let me do git commit. Ooh, what did I all? Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be it. It's going to be real basic, and that's kind of the point, is it's going to be super simple to start, but there's so many features you can add onto this, which is kind of the point of the whole app. Super cool after Flutter's full screen covers. What is cool after Flutter's full screen covers? I don't use Flutter, so I don't know how any of it works. Okay, we did that. What else? We need to add a car, because this is like one single car, but eventually you'll have like multiple cars. So let's show that on settings. I'm gonna keep that at the top. Text link version, that's this. Actually, you can always do section like this too, just with the title here and then the stuff. But I like trailing closures more, so is that it? Is it section and label? Which one is it? No, it's section and header. That's it. Okay, so the header is going to be gonna be vehicles, technically, because people will be all up in arms if you say it's a car, but it's like a truck. Definitely gonna try to contribute to this. Yes, Julian, thank you. Start the repo. I don't know, can you scroll up in chat? I can't remember if that's something you can do, because the chat is like live or what, I can't remember. So there's the repo link, just in case. How's the stream doing? We were having a bunch of streaming issues. Is it still live? Okay, we are gonna make a for each, because eventually this will be a list of cars that you may have. But it's models. Am I spelling out V-E-H-I-C? Is that right? I can't spell. I'm gonna type that into Google real quick. Did I spell vehicle right? Okay, that is right. V-H-I-C-L-E. Okay, quality's great. Okay. I'm gonna try to bump the bitrate back up and see how that goes, because YouTube is telling me to, but also We'll see. Here we go. Okay, just clicked apply. Let's see if YouTube is okay with that. Jared, you just took your first sip of coffee for a rainy morning. Ooh, that sounds good. I was gonna go out for a walk, but it's been super hot where I live, so I don't know if I'll actually do that. We'll see. Okay, let me know if the stream is still going now, because I changed the bitrate back up. We will see how it goes. YouTube is kind of freaking out, still saying it's somewhat okay. Hey Ben, howdy. Some of that rain is down in Houston. Ooh, I don't know if we're gonna get rain, honestly. I have no idea. I have not even looked at the weather this morning. I should probably do that before I like plan to go outside. Yeah, we have an excessive heat warning right now, so I don't know if I'll make it outside. Okay, let's do let name. Okay, everybody. So we're making a car, like, vehicle maintenance tracking app, and I'm having people put the name of their car, as in, do you all name your car? Like, does your car have an actual name? You don't just call it like, oh, my car. If so, drop what's the name of your car. Let ID, UID. Herbie, yes, love it. It's a classic car name. When I hear Herbie, where is it from? Because when I think of Herbie, I know there's the movie with Lindsay Lohan, but there's also, like, I think an older movie as well called, like, the Herbie Fully Loaded movie. Then it's been 104 and 106 for, like, 15 days. That sounds terrible. Hey, HD, how's it going? A monsoon here in Manila. Ugh. Oh, gosh. Your car is named Count Juncula. That's cute. Ziggy is your car's name? I used to know a guy, we called him Ziggy. I don't even remember what his real name is. Is it Shayamal? Tell me how to pronounce your name, because I am very bad at pronouncing names, and I would like to pronounce it correctly. If you would like me to pronounce your name correctly, let me know how to pronounce it. How's my day going? It's going pretty good. The stream had some struggle buses earlier on, and hopefully I think they're solved. We will see, though. There's several movies with Herbie. Yeah, for sure. Shamal. Okay. Chandra? Gotcha. There was Herbie, and then there was Herbie Fully Loaded. Yeah, Lindsay Lohan was in one of them. That was, like, early 2000s. But I know it was a remake, though. Because I'm pretty sure there was another one before that, and then Lindsay Lohan was in a remake. Because she was also in The Parent Trap, and that was also a remake. And she was in... Oh, what was another one? I can't remember. But there's... Yeah, from 1963. Yeah. I haven't seen that one, but, you know... I know it was a thing. Quinn, The Love Bug, 1968. Okay, so we have 1963 and 68, so that's a lot of things. Do you do Vision Pro work yet? Yes, I've done some Vision Pro. Let me... Here's an article. If we go to Lookability... Lookability is the company I work for. We have a blog. I wrote a blog post on detecting collision with Vision OS. And it's loading. Okay, I hope... I was like, if my internet is slow loading, it's probably also slow uploading, so hopefully this stream is still good as well. But yeah, here, this is a blog post that I wrote on how to detect collision in Vision OS. So I've done some development work with it. Of course, I haven't tried the actual hardware. To do that, you need to go to a lab, and I have not gone to one. We'll see if I can, though. The Love Bug was the very first movie, and it was good for its time. Okay. Can you even watch any of those anymore? Is that a thing? I always wonder, like, there's so many older movies, like, you know, just movies that are from, like, the 20s all the way up until now. But where do you even watch any of these? Do we just all have to have had them on Not even tape, but even older. Okay, so then... Ow, I just stepped on something. Something is poking my foot in my sock. Oh my gosh, there was a piece of grass in my sock and it just poked me. Okay. Do I like SwifUI or do I still like regular Swift better or Objective-C because C core file integration capability? I mostly do SwifUI and UIKit. I still do not know Objective-C. I can read some of it, plus for the most part, it's, a lot of function names and stuff are like the same as they use in Swift, so like I can read it, but, yeah, I just know Swift, so I do Swift and UIKit. I do know C, haven't done it in a really long time, but I've never done any C or C++ for like iOS dev. Go to Blockbuster. Julian, we don't even have Blockbuster anymore. I think we have one family movie video thing, but even then, I'm not even sure. I feel like that's also closed. You went to a drive-in, Hunter, and saw it? That sounds fun. I don't think I've been to a drive-in. But it's sad that they closed, but then it's also now funny that they're back open. I think it would be fun, I saw this on like Pinterest or something one time, was you can go to a drive-in and watch Jaws. Not a drive-in, but like you can watch Jaws while sitting in a raft floating. And that sounds terrifying, but it also kind of sounds fun as well. Vehicles is equal to vehicle. Okay, so for each. I don't like this word right now at all. I'm gonna spell this word wrong in this code base somewhere. For each conform to identifiable. I thought I did. Vehicle. No, I did not. I wrote the ID, but I didn't actually write identifiable. Okay, vehicles. What are we gonna say? It is a dot font dot title. This is the name. See, V-E-H-I, there. Oh, spelling. You find it fun, you wouldn't want to see a new movie at a drive-in, but older movies? Yeah, that makes sense. Simple but cool idea, current maintenance tracker, maybe a graph of mileage. I'm thinking that as well, but I haven't figured out how yet. As in, like, I want to make it super basic, so Hacktoberfest, like, if there is the, doing, like, mileage tracking and everything, it could be, like, super crazy where somebody can take a picture of, like, their dash, and then it can just use, like, vision and stuff and figure out what the numbers are, and then you can, like, end up writing them in or something, or fixing it if it can't read that. Like, there's a ton that you can do with this app, and that's kind of why I started this one, because it actually came from Jay Wilson. His stream, I don't have a link to it, but I can look it up. His is Hey Jay Wilson. Oh my gosh, that is not the same person. Huh, well now I know somebody else exists. Oh, here we go. There we go. Wow, that's funny. Okay, so he has this. This was actually his idea. And I asked if I could take it, and he said yes. But there's a lot we can do. Hey Tierno, how's it going? Vehicle in the deep south. Oh gosh. Yeah. I'm putting it as vehicle because I know somebody would be like, I have a truck, I don't have a car, and I don't need to deal with that. So the whole code base will say a vehicle, and it'll be fine. Okay, what are you going to use for the backend for this? For this project, I'm going to use Firebase, and the main reason is because Firebase is used in a lot of tutorials, and this kind of gives people sort of exposure to see how it kind of works in a real project, but also it kind of, I think, has less implications as opposed to if I made it like CloudKit connected and like connected to my Apple account, and like, I don't know how that works with open source projects. So I'm just going to use Firebase for it and see how that goes. Do you think it's weird that there isn't a way to individually address a container with an ID like Ajax does? A container with an ID? No, because I haven't ever needed to do that in Swift. Because we don't find things on a view hierarchy and do something with it. We find it by the data model. So I think it's different in fundamentally how it works. But also, I only know what you said right there too. Because I've just barely done a little bit of web dev. Julian, love you some Firebase. Yes. Plus with that, I can do Firebase analytics and kind of throw a bunch of things in there, and then like not give people access, but people can kind of see what that looks like if I ended up sharing more. So like during Hacktoberfest, I'll probably review some PRs on stream, but then also like I'll do like a co-working or something, which is pretty much the same as what this is. It's always a co-working stream, pretty much. But I can like do co-working, and then people could also be contributing to the project at the very same time too, and I think that'll be fun. Ben, sorry for the off-topic question. That's totally fine. But you use a Moonlander. Like it, love it. I've been on the fence for a while. Currently on the Keychron K8, but looking for a split. Yes, I absolutely love my Moonlander. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is the keyboard that I have. Let me switch it to me. Oh gosh, I have to hold this keyboard up. It's gigantic slightly. This is the keyboard that I use. It is a split mechanical keyboard, and I totally could have just brought up a picture on my website because it's there, but that's okay. We just held it up instead. So that is my keyboard, and also you can go to my desk setup. It's the same keyboard. This is my keyboard. I love it because I was working one time for like 12 hours. Don't even ask. It was insane. And my wrist started to hurt after like that 12 hours of using my keyboard, and then also I have an ergonomic mouse as well. And I was like, oh no, my wrist hurts. And I was like 23. And I'm just like, no, we can't have carpal tunnel yet. Like, it's probably going to happen eventually because all I do is sit and type all day, but I'm like, it's not going to happen yet. So I ended up like going and buying a ergonomic mouse, and then ergonomic keyboard came like slightly later. I really like it, and I think for me it was easy to use because I already knew how to like touch type. So that meant that I already knew like the quote-unquote proper way to type. So because of that, it was easy for me to get used to it and begin typing, whereas I know one of my friends, he doesn't properly touch type, and he ended up returning his because he couldn't get used to how it works. But I have really liked it. SwifUI has a .id modifier, so you can assign an ID to a view. You can, but the .id modifier is not specifically for, I don't think, assigning an ID for it. It's more of like, this ID is like data behind this view. So if you want something to change, you would give it an ID, but also you don't have to. It kind of just works inherently with how they made SwifUI. Firebase is saving people's lives. Yeah. One app at a time. Because I try to switch and if constructs to make the interface dynamic, but you like procedural code instead of declarative code from SwiftUI for certain applications. Ooh. I get it, but you should use SwiftUI the way it's supposed to be used, because that's pretty much the way to get the best results. And that's the big debate with SwiftUI and UIKit is if you use SwiftUI the way it's supposed to be used, it all works. ID is dangerous view modifier as it can allow re-rendering of the views. Yes. It depends on what you connect. It's highly dependent on what you connect the ID to. But yeah, it's generally you don't need to use ID. But look at the Demystify SwifUI video. I think it's from 2020 or 2021. That goes into what it's for and when it's actually useful versus when you're actually creating issues with it. HD, do I have an article covering Swift data? Sort of, as in if you go to my blog, I have an article that says how to learn Swift data in 2023. And all this is it tells you what order to watch the WWDC videos. So before every video, they tell you, hey, you should watch this video before watching this one. So I wrote out what the list was of the way to actually do it. And that's it. That's the 5 videos to watch. But then also, okay, those totally did not hyperlink. That's kind of funny. These are just 2 people I saw at the time of who already started making Swift data content. But also think of like every content creator who's making content on Swift data right now, they first had to use the WWDC videos to learn how to do it because that's the only reference that we have. What is your opinion of Swift data versus Realm versus core data? What are the strengths and weaknesses of each? How about your experience with each? I have not used any because I've done tutorials with Swift data briefly, not even in depth, and core data. I have not used Realm at all, so honestly, I kind of can't answer this question. But Swift data and core data are both native. If you're going to make an app that's minimum iOS 17, then you can go Swift data. But literally right at this very moment, August 25th, where I am, it might not be August 25th where anybody else is, or where somebody else is, but it's not even out of beta yet, so like you don't need to immediately switch everything over. But if you're making an app like what I'm making, you could use Swift data. But that's also kind of why I chose to use Firebase with this, is because then I kind of actually don't even need to handle anything local. Firebase just does all of that, and I don't actually need to do real syncing. And because this app is so minimal, I'm just going to assume somebody has an internet connection. Swift data is kind of like Realm, but Swift data is not really released yet in beta, so it changes a lot. Yeah, exactly. Core data works pretty well. Learning curve isn't that steep. Yeah, when you know some about databases, it's not terribly steep, but if somebody's absolutely brand new, you first just have to like know how to make an iOS app, and then you can kind of jump into core data. But core data, from what I hear, has a lot of gotchas here and there. It just depends on what it is, though. But you can... It is the developer... I need to make a blog post that's this. I want to make a blog post that just says, it depends. And that'll just be it. So you can just end up going to like mikaelacaron.com/itdepends, and it will just say it depends across the screen, and that's it. And so like anytime somebody asks something, you can just send them to that, and all it will say is it depends. I should do that. That's kind of funny. Okay, I may want to any of these. We have... Oh, what are we doing? Make and model. What's it? For the longest time, I totally didn't know the difference between make and model. And it's funny, I'm making an app where I don't even know that much about cars. Have I tried Pythonista? No, I do iOS dev mainly, so I haven't done any Python in a really long time. PyObjective-C bridge for passing in order to build apps on iPad and Swift parallel runs. That sounds kind of complicated. I wonder how that works. Core data doesn't really fit great with Swift models, and they need to be subclass from NS-managed object. Yes. Optionals are tricky. Data types don't always line up. Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing, and that's why they made Swift data, because they want to try to make it more Swift-like and better. That's also probably why they called it Swift data. They could have called it a million things, but they just called it Swift data, because that's what everybody wanted. It works, but it's not fun to work with, in your opinion. It has a lot of sharp edges that take experience to avoid. Julian, you're off to work. Have a great day. Thank you. I hope you have a good day as well. Thank you for dropping by, too. Okay, so we have all this, but it's not displaying anything because we don't have any data yet. Can we add a plus button specifically on a list? So it's like not a toolbar item, but it's like on... We could make it the last item in the list. Let's do that, actually. If we make this a button label, if I can spell label. Add vehicle. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So this will be... What should we do? Pop up a sheet, probably. Sheets are easy. Start private var is showing add vehicle. Oh my gosh. VEHICLE. Okay. Equals false. So we can then go and toggle this, and then let's make a sheet is presented, add vehicle. I've noticed this iOS 17 is doing this initializer by default. It's like the one that has all the parameter names rather than making this like trailing closure syntax. Because I like trailing closure syntax way more. So if we do add, so if we run this, go to settings, add vehicle. It says add. There we go. And then we can type something and that will populate. Have I used Xcode Cloud? I have not. I haven't done a lot of things. I do a lot of freelance, sort of. We haven't done any of that yet. And it's all actually in UIKit. My own apps, I don't really ever need to do CI/CD if I'm making like just an app that's very simple and it's just me. But I may try to do Xcode Cloud in this project. I haven't decided yet. By default, turning operator literally fix those pesky optionals. Oh. You're not a fan of core data. You've been using Firebase, but you really want new Xcode to not be in beta so you can mess with Swift data, but it sounds very appealing. Yes. What was that? Yeah, Swift. Everything's gonna come out of beta in like 3 weeks or so, so just gotta be patient. And then, one annoying thing about Firebase is the amount of time. Yes, it needs to build the app when added through SPM. So I thought about that, and the thing I'm going to try to just do is, you can barely see it over here. I am going to add it as a package to a package in the app. So it'll be added like to this internal package, which maybe will circumvent some of the building. So it won't have to constantly build over and over. I don't know if that'll actually help it, but it's also part of the reason was if I decide to move off of Firebase and move to something else, then it's all the code talking to Firebase will be in one place. Do I know any design patterns besides MVC and OOP? I don't think OOP counts it as a design pattern. It's technically a, what is it called? Like a paradigm. Yeah, I know MVC, MVVM, TCA. That's all the ones I know. Which they're all acronyms. So if you don't know what the acronym means, it kind of doesn't help anybody. But I know a couple, and the whole point of any design pattern is just where you're putting code. So it's just how you're splitting up where something is going. So we need to make a new view. Let's make it called add vehicle view. Oh, I made it a Swift file. Hang on. Because I don't feel like typing the whole thing. And I spelled vehicle wrong over and over. V-H-I-C, vehicle, view. I'm gonna hate that word. It's gonna be awful. Like, we're all gonna spell it wrong somewhere. Okay, so if we do this, this would be add vehicle view. Go here, and then, yeah, that's there. Okay. So what do we do, though? We have done a lot. Show list of vehicles. VH. In settings view. Okay. It's gonna be a really big PR. Check out the Cocoa Design Patterns book from pre-2010. Why? What in it is really good? Because that's over like 13 years ago now. MVVM, but sometimes lazy and don't even use view models is the best way. Never take my advice. It depends on what you're going for. It uses Objective-C. I don't know Objective-C, so that probably won't be the most useful to me. Number of times I misspelled database as database is not even funny anymore. Yes, I totally get it. Spell import wrong. Time to make a shortcut in macOS keyboard settings. Yeah, that could be good. I might do that because I'm going to be spelling this word wrong over and over and over and have to think about it every time. Okay, so let's make the add a vehicle. If we do a navigation stack and then a form again, where is the last form that we made? Let's just copy this, paste it here. Private var name. So this is, oh my gosh. Vehicle name. The more design patterns you have in the app, the better. The more, it would be more letters that people would then have to know. That's something I want to try to do with the README eventually, is write how the app is broken down, because that's what's hard about open source is you don't know where to put anything and you don't know what to build. So I'm going to try to put somewhere in the README or maybe the contributing file being like, this is how the app is currently laid out and this is what you can find where. So like you can open the app and figure it out like, oh, there's a dashboard, there's settings, there's models, and a utility. Like you can kind of figure out what that does, but then also having it spelled out like this is exactly what's over here, I think will also be useful. I've heard MVVM-C with some Viper. Ooh, that's the coordinator, right? That sounds interesting. Do you follow the HIG from Apple? Yes, the HIG, for anyone who doesn't know, is the Human Interface Guidelines. You can actually get to it if you type, not that one. Wrong one, but if you type Command-Shift-H, it opens the Human Interface Guidelines if you're an Xcode. But yeah, I do. Let's see, so we have name. So here's something like that can be a good, oh my gosh, far make. That can be like a good addition to the app is instead of typing in the make and model, like I have a Chevy Malibu, instead of typing that in, like I would type Chevy Malibu rather than typing out Chevrolet. But a thing that could be added into this app is using some kind of API call to figure out what is, if you enter the make from a dropdown, then getting all the models. That could be something that could happen too. And that could be like a whole feature to add. But I don't know. Sometimes I find those annoying because I'm like, I just want to type in something and select it rather than being like, have to find it in a list. You do Command-Shift-H by accident all the time. Yes, it is the same shortcut as the home. That's a good point. You might start a VI SwifUI channel soon. You tried the MetaQuest 2 the other day and you got him, it was blown away, but never noticed avatars look similar to WWDC avatars. Yes, Are metas still all like old school looking ones? Like when they first unveiled it, it was like everybody made fun of them because they looked really bad. Do they still look like that? And you might start a channel soon where? Support item, I don't need placement. Ben, you gotta run, have fun chatting. Yeah, see you later. Thanks for dropping by. It was great chatting again. Man, we've gotten pretty far. It's almost 11. Typically I stop actually, usually right now. We'll finish this screen at least and connect it. Because yeah, as everyone can tell, the whole data models are not, they don't do anything yet. Like I'm not actually building anything. So yeah, we have to connect the data from settings view. Technically we'd make a network request when we click on add. So here's what we have so far. Here's the dashboard. It just says oil change over and over, and I have the same date. Like when I make this app even, I'm going to make it so all you can do is add or delete records. You can't even update them, for the whole fact that that's a feature somebody can add. And like as an MVP, somebody can accomplish the same thing by adding something and deleting it rather than just updating something. But that's a good feature that's good for like somebody to get started with. Hope to see your stream too, Ben. Oh, is Ben gonna be streaming? Did I miss that? So we have the dashboard, we have the ad, so we can, here's where we would have typed like oil change or something else. Put in a date, any additional notes, and then click on add. Oh, we didn't add the notes in here. Whoops. And then in settings, I had already written this, and then we have add vehicle, so we can click on this. You could add multiple cars. That will be behind a paywall, so that you can only have one car, and then later you would have to then add multiple cars. But somewhere we probably need to make an onboarding to add new vehicles. We'll see. And then we just have the version of the app. I was gonna center this, but I haven't done that yet. I was gonna make it so it was like at the bottom, so it's not like another row, but that's what we have. Let's put notes. Let's commit this. So I was also, let's put notes in the dashboard. Event.notes. What is it to make it multi-line? Number of lines? Line limit, that's it. Okay, if we make it 0, these will always be a lot. And title 2 is actually really big. You're thinking of streaming in the future like me, the script to perform. Thanks for responding. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, streaming is a lot of fun. It took a minute to set up once you like kind of understand all the different parts. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos before I did it, but when I streamed for the first time, it was actually super, super fun. And then as you can tell, a majority of my YouTube channel is actually live streams. I don't really have that many like tutorial videos on my channel, but I think it's super fun. If you want to do it, definitely go for it. Where's DM me on any social media somewhere, Shamal, and tell me like who you are, if your name, like username or something doesn't match. There is a Discord with a bunch of other iOS dev streamers that I'm in. They mostly stream on Twitch, whereas I stream on YouTube, but DM me like that I mentioned this and I'll like give you the invite code to that. I just like, it's on my Discord and it would take a minute to pull up. Okay, so we have done all that. I'm trying to think if there's any more we can do without actually using the back end yet. What other nodes? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, why is that not left aligned? What is happening? Oh, I don't like that at all. Oh, is it because of the line limit? Okay, alignment is that spacing, let's say 8. There we go. Okay, now it looks better. I think that looks good. I think that might be it for today. I'm trying to think of what else. I think I have all the views that I wanted. So you have a dashboard. We could make empty states. So we have the dashboard. Let me just actually run the app. Because we could make it very minimal where it's like, here's the dashboard. When you get to the app, when you download it for the first time, it's just empty. Oh, you gotta go. This was great. I need to get back to recording some videos for your new map kit with SwifUI course. Ooh, that sounds fun. I need to look into map kit because that could be something too that you could put in this app. Like, this app has so many possibilities of what people could do. So that's, I think, fun. I'm gonna look and see what I might do with this. But thanks Azam for dropping by. It's always fun chatting with you. And you have check him out click on his channel for anybody who doesn't know. He has a bunch of awesome SwifUI courses on a lot of different topics. And then Prathamesh, who else streams on Twitch? I've only seen you and sometimes Paul and Ben. Yeah, so there's actually like 4 to 5 or so people that stream. What is it? I stream mainly on YouTube because a majority of my audience is on YouTube. Like, I inherited this channel from somebody else and it already had some subscribers, so I kind of cheated. But, so I started on YouTube because I have a bigger audience here. Whereas Twitch, I have like 5 people I think who follow me, and you can't even find me in search settings because it doesn't even come. My name doesn't even come up because I'm not popular enough for somebody to search and find me. But yeah, with that, it's Hey J Wilson streams on Twitch. Cocoa Type, or it's just Coco. I always forget. Cocoa Type streams on Twitch. There's a lot. There's like a good couple of them. Let me open Twitch. If you can find me on Twitch, good luck. You should be able to type in twitch.tv/ like my username, Mikaela Caron, because if you try to search me, you're not going to find me. It's very weird. But let me see, where is the list of people that I follow? Hey J Wilson, Cocoa Type, Nutterfy, Compile Swift, Ivar sometimes streams on Twitch or streams on YouTube. Q Coding streams on Twitch. Jihut, I think, used to. Yeah, there's a good couple people. Twitch won't even open on your Mac. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the only reason why I would want to stream on Twitch over YouTube is I'm not monetized yet on YouTube. So, like, I don't have a lot. And YouTube doesn't have as many, like, cool alert thingies as Twitch does. Because I think Twitch did it first. Plus, I mean, my stream's not super crazy. I just have that thing, like, rotating, and that's about it. But yeah, I have that in my Buy Me a Coffee, so if somebody does Buy Me a Coffee today, you can see what the animation is for my Buy Me a Coffee. It will go over there. Yeah, so that's the only thing I have is my Buy Me a Coffee, because I don't have anything else really set up, because I don't have, like, all the things that Twitch has, basically. And I think I missed one message. Am I going to incorporate core data into the backend? Probably not, because I'm using Firebase. Firebase does cache data by default, so you don't have to have any of it local. You can kind of just always use Firebase, and when you make a call to Firebase, it typically checks locally first before checking remotely, too. So it just takes out, like, a step, sort of. Twitch won't show me who you follow. Oh, really? Okay. Is that a thing? Hey Tama, welcome back. We are talking about all the other iOS dev people who stream. Okay, apparently it doesn't show you this. Interesting. Okay. I have 21 followers. But yeah, you can't see who I follow. Huh. Go to one of Hey J Wilson's streams. They have some on there. But I'm not sure. Yeah, they've dropped links before. I don't know what all of them are. There's a lot, though. Hang on, let's see. Actually, yeah, this is it. Cocoa Type is one of them. Let's see. Oh my gosh, here's an ad. What else? Who else streams? Nutterfy, this person streams on Twitch, does iOS dev. And those are like all the immediate ones I can think of. You don't stream, but you plan to become a speaker for conferences sometime. Ooh, yeah, we will see each other very soon because I am going to Swift Connection in Paris. Yeah, streaming and speaking are so different. They're all like similar in like you're talking to people, but like, yeah, setting up a stream like this at home is a whole thing versus like making a conference talk is like a completely different beast. But they're all fun. I like them. I like all of them. So what, ooh, here, Tama, you can see what we did. We have this dashboard. You can now see all these logs because I copied and pasted. And then we have this add, so you would add a new one. It doesn't do anything yet, but that's how it would work. I should probably put a cancel button here. And then we have settings where you could, eventually this will list all the vehicles, but you can also add a new vehicle, which gives you a name, a make, and a model. And that is all we have done, pretty much. So I'm debating if I should keep going with this, because yeah, this is like the bare bones. This is what I want to try to submit to the App Store. Let's see real quick though. What's this look like on iPad? I have to sneeze. Oh gosh. Okay, congrats on the conference talk. Yeah, thank you. You're going back to work? Talk to you later. Yeah, it was great chatting with you. I will talk to you some other time. Will it pass 4.2? Ooh. What is that the minimum? Is that one App Store guideline? Yeah, is that the minimum functionality thing? Let's see. Loading, come on. Okay, I hope my stream's good. If this website's taking a long time to load, I hope my stream is fine. It is. I love how you just drop, will it pass 4.2? Like, not technically any context of what you're talking about, but I know what you're talking about. That's funny. Yeah, minimum functionality. I hope it does. We will see. It probably will. I've seen apps get past with less. But, yeah, so it'll show you, like, your dashboard and, like, tracking these events. I'm going to put some more things on the settings view itself. This actually doesn't look terrible. I would kind of like, instead of making... Ooh, that's a thing that I might have somebody do. Instead of making a tab view on iPad... Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, I know why this is happening. But instead of making a tab view on the iPad, I want this probably to be a navigation split view. That can be a task for somebody. But there's that. I've seen iPe's not pass with it anymore. Yeah, it's insane. I like the idea of the guidelines. I do think overall it is a good idea. But the thing I don't like about it is the inconsistency for what does get by and what doesn't. Yeah, it's completely random. It's really, that I think is what's annoying. So we'll see how this goes. But that's the goal, is like, I'm going to refine this. It will really be, majority of this app will be this like very basic thing. Let's see, can I run this on macOS? Let's see what this looks like. I have no idea what this looks like in macOS. But that's also, I want to do iOS, iPad, definitely. macOS, maybe. Ooh, Inset Group is not available on macOS. And neither is navigation bar title mode. Okay, now I know. Do I want to fix these right now, though? Maybe. How many people are still here? We still have a good amount of people here. If YouTube is right. He wasn't lying when you said it was bare bones, right? Yeah, that's the goal, is have a very bare bones app. Just get the minimum through App Store review. And then with all these issues, I can create a bunch of issues that people can work on, and they can all be very separate too. Or relatively separate. So like, there could be a whole, I think Jared, you were the one who mentioned it, like the whole mileage tracking feature can be like an entire feature in and of itself, but it can build like slowly on top of each other. Tracking multiple vehicles can be like a whole thing. I might end up building some of that. What else do I have written down? Yeah, I'm deciding though, the biggest thing is deciding how far I want to go with monetization. Because like, it could be this basic. You could make monetization where it's like, you could only enter 3 things before you have to pay for the app. Because it's like, that sounds very limiting, but then also, if somebody really needs this and wants to use it, they can end up paying for the subscription or something. And then it actually could get downloads. But like, that could be one thing. You can, what is it, do cloud syncing, like paywall that, so people can't do that until they actually, actually pay for the app. I'm not sure. It's kind of finding the line of oh, I'm trying to make a lot of money off of this app, for example, but then also, oh, look, it's a Hacktoberfest project. I'm just getting free labor to do everything, which is not the point I want to come across. It's not that at all for anybody. So hopefully nobody clips me saying that. It's just like, I do want this to be an app that is open and people can learn and how to use it and everything, but then also make it like a legit app that has features behind paywalls, because when you make your own app, that's something that you will want to do. So like making it do something like that is like kind of the goal of the app, is to make it like something that's real world that people can actually do something with. So that is the goal of this. Let's see. Let's read minimum functionality real quick though. How long is 4.2? Okay, it's not too bad. Minimum functionality should include feature content UI that elevate beyond a repackaged website. Yes, mine will. If your app is not particularly useful, unique, or app-like, it doesn't belong on the App Store. If your app does not provide some sort of lasting entertainment or adequate utility. I would say this has some adequate utility. That's the goal. Heading over to GitHub now. Here, let me also drop the link for you. So if anybody is interested in contributing to this project, it will be open source for Hacktoberfest and you can add to it. Hey Nick, how's it going? How is your day? We're reading the App Store guidelines for minimum functionality and seeing if this app would probably pass this. Yeah, ARKit has to be that. Other than catalogs, apps shouldn't be primarily for marketing. It will not be. App should work on its own without requiring installation of another app. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I can think of anything that even does that, but it makes sense because they want you to not do that. If your app needs to download additional resources in order to function, disclose the size of the download and prompt users before doing so. Interesting. I know like some apps do not prompt you beforehand and it downloads like 2 gigabytes of stuff when you open the app for the first time. Ooh, yes, and here, a watchOS app. That is something that could be like a whole thing. Like you could have a watch complication or something that you just tap it and it's like, hey, I got an oil change. And that can be like a thing. Because it's like, it's silly and dumb, but it's also like, that is a super useful use case for a watchOS app. But that's like fun. Should I star this repo or watch it? Let's look. What is GitHub star versus watch? I think watch, you get actual notifications. If it's a star, it's typically more so like a bookmark. Star, when a user likes your repo or they want to show appreciation, they star it. Watch it when a user wants to be notified of all activity on the repo. There you go. You could probably do either. At the moment, you probably just want to do star so you can kind of find it again. But I think once you make a PR, maybe it changes to watch, or when you fork it, it does. I'm not really sure. But probably either one. Either one. Probably, though, just star it. And here is something fun about it, too. Do I still have this in my clipboard? I do. So if you go to the README, I don't know if this is going to refresh right now, but we will be able to see how many people star the project. So we have, I think, 14 people. No, it says 20. So we had 5 more while we were on stream. Love it. So this graph will eventually update. I think I'm using like the basic free version of this, so it doesn't update all the time. But this little graph will go up so we can see how many people star this repo over time. And I think that'll just be kind of fun. So why not both? Yeah, exactly. You could do both. It's up to you if you want to get notifications. Okay, I'm going to close all these things. We don't need most of this anymore. Oh, let's make a modifier. Let's make this not inset group. Let's just pick a different one. Let's just do inset. Let's see, can we build? Okay, navigation bar title display mode is not available on macOS. Should I say add maintenance event title of the... If I change this, so that says title of the maintenance event, and then comment this out, what does that look like on Mac? Oh, I forgot the preview will change also to Mac. Ooh, bring forward. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. Okay, this is what it looks like on macOS. That's what a tab bar is? That's gross. Yeah, so exactly. This is how basic it could get. And then, oh, look. We have this one too. Wow, that is so messed up. This needs some major padding with everything. But, like, this can be what's fun about this is, like, this is so basic, but making this app available for, like, all the OSs, I think would be the most fun part of this, because you can make, like, so many things. Like, this could look 1,000 times better, and that could be what somebody does. Okay. Wait, what is this? If we go back to iOS, what does this look like now? When we take away the inline... Yeah, see, the word maintenance is so long. Imagine in 1 month this hits #1 of utilities on the App Store. Yo, I can only hope, Jared, that that could happen. That would be awesome. I am doing some, what is it, like market research. So I'll look up like car maintenance app. If I can even spell maintenance right. And here's the Family Handyman. 8 best car maintenance apps available. And see what kind of features do other cars have. And why do people use them? Because, like, it's your classic... Oh my god, so many ads. Carfax, Drivo, don't know what that one is. Auto Assist. My Car, Fuely, Simply Auto, Open Bay, Auto Care 1. Interesting. But yeah, like, all of these have something in them there's a reason why people use them, and I'm closing this, there's so many ads on it. But, like, it's such a simple idea, but everybody tracks things differently and does different things. So, like, there's just so many places we can go with this app, and that's what I think will be fun with Hacktoberfest, is there's just so many things to do. So, if it hits #1 utilities, that would be awesome. That would be insane. I highly doubt it will, but if it did, that'd be cool. And then also, I called this app Basic Car Maintenance. Okay, yeah, what should I call the app on the home screen? I called it Basic Car Things, because the word maintenance is too long. Let's do... Hang on. Add maintenance. What's another word? Hang on. Let's do something real quick. Switching to... Because I'm going to log into... No, I was going to log into ChatGPT and look something up, but actually I'm just going to Google it instead. Looking up at the source for the word maintenance. What's a different word? I need a shorter word for this. Maintenance, care, alimony, preservation, supply. All of these words are long. Is bread and butter a synonym for maintenance? I feel like it's not. Bacon. That's it. Bacon is a synonym for maintenance. Okay, we're getting off of this. So many ads. I need to get an ad blocker. Omar, what did you try posting that got redacted? Retracted. Car Tracker Pro, Bacon Restraints, yeah. I could do Car Tracker. People will get real iffy if it says the word car, but they have a truck. Yeah, I was gonna use ChatGPT, and I decided to just look it up on a thesaurus. What's another word for a maintenance event? Fix? I don't know. Because I called this basic, you kind of can't see it because it's so small, but the app name, on your home screen, I wrote basic car maintenance, or basic car things, because, that's short, and the word maintenance is too long. Hey Omar, looks like you missed all that. Yeah, we built most of the app, actually. So it's going to be very basic. We're going to have a dashboard with, you see, a list of everything. We will have a settings view, which you can add a vehicle, and then you can add a maintenance event, and that is all we built. So that's 3 screens, and no, 1, 2, 4 screens, but they don't do much. Management. Yeah, management's long too. Basic car. Because management can be shortened, at least. And it's like a common short abbreviation that people will recognize. We're just gonna call this basic car. So when you build it on your home screen, this app right here, it'll just say basic car. And then eventually I'll have to make an app icon too. So we'll get there eventually. Okay, we have basic car. Oh, and I still had this. It's still too long, right? Yeah. Add maintenance. Oh. How do I make this multi-line? Is that a thing? Is it Amika? Let me know how to pronounce your name. You're on the road? Nice. Where are you saving the data currently? Currently, there's not really data in the app. That's all saved locally. Like, it's just a string, and we're just appending items. So right here, this is just appending items. So every time this on appears, go back and forth a couple times. It's just adding to this list right now. It's not doing anything. What did I change though? I changed a couple things. What are all these things? Oh yeah, I wanted to make this add maintenance event. Okay, I wanted to make it inline, but that is not immediately compatible with macOS. Because this is apparently not compatible with macOS. Can you wrap an if, oh gosh, can you wrap an if available, like right here, and add a thing? Let's see. Let's Google that, because I haven't done that. If available macOS SwifUI. Yeah, so it works, and it doesn't look awful in a view. But what does it look like for view modifiers? I thought we couldn't do that. Yeah, inside group style, that's funny. Auto basics, maintainer, whoops, motor matic. Yeah, I'm gonna call the app. It's gonna be called basic car maintenance. It's not gonna have a name, but I'm just thinking of what can be the name that's on the home screen that kind of still fits with it. If macOS can be wrapped because it's compile time, but if available, it's not compile time. So we're required to do some kind of wrapping for your view. Oh, interesting. Is there a preference of which one that you use? Tom, if you use the macOS, or sorry, if OS, or if available. Ooh, yes. I try to drop the link here. I don't know if it'll end up actually dropping. If it doesn't, DM it to me on something, and I can drop it in here. Oh, I was looking. Add a message. Where did this DM go? Mastodon DM? Yeah, that works. Let me open Mastodon. All the social medias. Okay, loading. Yeah, I'll wait for that to come in. It probably will. Oh, there it goes. Copy. Where's the copy button? Copy. Okay, let's see. Make this smaller. Okay, here we go. So this is the link that Tama, you just dropped for using if available and using modifiers and things. I'm gonna keep this open and look at this, but that's the link for anybody. I'll figure out if I can change it to dropping links, because part of not dropping links in my chat is kind of to prevent spam. Thankfully, I don't get a lot of spam. It's only happened a couple times that somebody has actually straight up like came into my stream and did spam stuff. Ooh, I think I saw, that's how I met you, as I saw this. Implement iOS 17's new airdrop. Still haven't figured that out. Eventually I'll go back and figure that out. Okay. Add maintenance event. Let's just say add maintenance, and then we can get rid of this. That works. We'll just call it add maintenance, and that says title of maintenance event there. Let's do that. Okay. What are all the things that we changed? We changed the dashboard, add maintenance event. What's inset versus inset grouped? These look like the exact same, so yeah, we're just gonna make that inset. App display name and add view title. There we go. That works. I might end up squashing all these commits anyway, so it's not really gonna matter. Why are you using Firebase if there's no sign in? I haven't built it yet. Because sign in is like the last thing to do for me. Because it'll take a second. Because yeah, then I have to have a sign in screen. But what I'm going to do is actually implement Firebase's anonymous authentication. So that will be, if you go to the settings here, make this bigger. Can I make this even bigger? There we go. If you go to settings, you will have like an ID assigned to you, and then you can eventually end up signing in to actually end up syncing your data across different devices. So I'm not going to do it, or I will do it for the MVP. That's going to be stuff I probably do off stream, maybe hopefully within this next week. So I'll implement that, but yeah, I don't want the app to have the very first thing you do is like hit a sign-in screen, because that's literally, I hate that, and Apple doesn't want you to do that either. For the name of the app, how about auto log, since you're really logging maintenance events for a car? Yes. I should have done auto. Instead of like vehicle, it should just be like auto, because it's easier to spell. But for the name of the app, the name of the app will be in App Store Connect as basic car maintenance. It's not fancy. I'm not giving it an actual name. That's just what it's going to be. I just need a shorter name that will be shown on the home screen. Oh, I have not built that app. I just need a short name that will show up here for when you just have it on the home screen, what the name is. But I'm calling it basic car maintenance. This app is not going to be like super fancy or anything, because a bunch of these already exist. When I Googled all the different like competitors and stuff, there's a lot of them out there. I think that might be what I do for today, because I still have to add the backend with Firebase, implement Firebase in the login, and then I want to end up implementing, what is that called? Revenue Cat, and like paywalling some things is the goal. But yeah, so I think that'll be it. Let me actually, because this is not the main version, let me build the app again. So this is what we did today. We just made this dashboard where you can see what happened, the date it happened, and any kind of notes. You can click on add, and you would do add maintenance, and you would see some kind of title, the date, notes. You would click on add. It doesn't do anything yet. And then go to settings. You can see I already had this, but then now we can add a vehicle. So then once you actually add a vehicle, they'll be listed here. And then this just has name, make, model, an add button, and the version. And that'll be it. I'm going to try to very much only do like authentication with this and have like a paywall somewhere. And that will be the app. And that's what I'm going to try to submit to the App Store. And we'll see how it goes. Who wants to download a paywall? Yeah. It's annoying. But downloading, yeah, with a sign-in as like the first thing you have to do is like the most annoying thing ever. I delete apps when that happens. I am that person. And most people generally within mobile do that, but some average, I don't know, your very average user doesn't usually care. I care though. So that will be the app. We will see how this goes. This is what the Hacktoberfest project will be. It's not going to be super advanced, but as I've been talking throughout this whole stream, there's so many places this app could go. Like we could start tracking your mileage. We can track expenses. So it's not just like an oil change. We could track an expense like gas. And you can track what your mileage that you're getting on your car. You could track that. You could track gas prices. There's a lot of things you can do with this app, and that's kind of the point, is that it can do a lot of different things, and there's a lot of ideas of places it can go. But that'll be the basics of what this app is going to be. And hopefully we'll see. I'll try to get it through App Store review. We'll see how that goes. But that's pretty much about it. That'll end this stream. Thank you to everybody who joined, and thank you so much for everybody for sticking through all the major stream issues that I had throughout this time. But that'll be it. So I'm gonna close it out, and thank you for coming. See you later. Bye. And I don't have an ending screen. That's something I need to add to my stream. I don't have an ending, so it just